Hey, it's Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com representing Audiopipe today. Get Pipe by Audiopipe. And we're about to talk about these APMB-CX690s. That's a mouthful, but we'll have it in the description. This is a Neo hybrid.
What you talking about, Willis?
What does that mean? Well, there's a lot of hybrids out there that use a standard magnet, and then they use like a Neo tweeter, super tweeter. This gives you the Neo magnet on the driver and a Neo magnet on the tweeter. That's why it's called a hybrid. This thing is super loud, and guess what? A set of these is only $188.99, and we're shooting the video in the beginning of September 2025. So let's talk about this. RMS, 150 watts each. Paper cone, which people that like that paper cone because it gives you that slap on a pro audio type setup. Sensitivity is 93 dB. Frequency response 65 up to 20 kilohertz. Yes, wide range of frequency. 1.5 inch voice coil. They are 4 ohm, and I'm going to show you as we break this down. And it comes with a grill. And did I say this is Neo? Before I go any farther, hit that like button, leave a comment. You can always leave another one at the end of the day. And guess what? That's all you got to do, and it allows us to do these things because we're doing a giveaway. If you're watching this video first, you need to look for the giveaway. And if you're at the giveaway, you need to be looking at this one because to enter the giveaway, you have to like, comment, and share this video out. All right, let's break this thing open. All right, so you get a warranty card. We have instructional magnet, which is cool because they still even give you cutouts. So in here is a cutout for the 6x9 and measurements. And then let's look at some of the specifications, which we already went over. Okay, so the CX, where is she at? 690 right here. It's a 6x9 4 ohms, 150 watts RMS per, 300 watts peak, 90 dB. And guess what? I'm gonna hook these up. We're gonna hear how loud they are. And these are sold in pairs. Once we get a little deeper, they come with plastic grills. I like plastic grills. Why? You scuff them up, you can paint them to match, but the grill doesn't look that bad at all. Okay, and if you notice, there's a hole cut out. Why? For this gigantic tweeter, which is a Neo magnet. And what they did here is you only have to connect positive and negative here, and this jumps over for the driver and runs up to the tweeter. And on the tweeter, there's a little capacitor, which is cool because you can send a full range signal to this. No DSP needed. Now you can still use a DSP, but I would recommend just cutting the lower frequencies off and letting the rest go because you have a capacitor already on the tweeter. Now this thing is small and light. Why? Neo magnet, and I know this thing screams. And we're gonna hook this up later to show you how clear and how loud, and it doesn't take a lot of watts. 150 RMS, beautiful. Can you run this off of a radio? Yes, but it's not gonna get the sound you want. You gotta amplify it. So at least have like a 100 watt per channel amp. But if you get that 150 watts or 200 watt, this thing will open up. Okay, like I said, they are sold in sets. This thing is really cool. Now, it does have a paper cone. Some people like that, some people don't. Let me give you the pros and cons. Paper cone actually has a better sound. That's what pro audio was originally designed around, was paper cones. The downfall, doesn't really do good with moisture or if they're out in the dash and the light's hitting it, UV, right? But the incredible sound out of them, right? And that's why they did this under that old school Imminence or Bema or Bema or whatever they're called. So these things should sound really cool. And then we got this really loud super tweeter in the middle with a capacitor built on it. So mounting depth wise, this thing is pretty small. I'm gonna give you estimates. You only need about 3 inches. So this can even go in your Dodge trucks in the door, things like that. Make sure you pre-measure beforehand. You don't wanna buy if it's not gonna fit. But 3-inch mounting depth is super slim. And why can they do that? Because they're using a neodymium magnet. Really cool. So this is supposed to play wide range of frequencies. And for $188.99, that's awesome for a pair because there's plenty out there that have that type super tweeter Neo, but then they use a regular magnet down here. You're getting Neo for the same price as some of the competitors. Now, what are we gonna do next? We're gonna hook it up and see what this thing sounds like for sure. Hey, I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com. We're an official distributor and online seller for Audiopipe, and we have been for years. I love those guys over there. Get Pipe by Audiopipe. Let's take a look how loud these things are and how it sounds when we do the walk behind. I'll be right back with a little bit of movie magic. All right, we're back. Remember, hit that like button, please, and share this out before you forget. It doesn't cost you anything. All right, so we only have one hooked up. I'm running through a small 800x4, which probably gives out maybe about 80 watts or so true power. And these things will take up to 150. And then we're going to play this. You're going to hear this thing kick in. And then I'm going to do the walk back so you can see really how far back this thing goes. So let me get something in here to mount this up. Let me get something bigger. Yeah, that's good. Okay, here we go. Let's get this thing rumping.
Science on me, middle. Hey, spit your crack. This shit that we in the chip and take us to the max. Step in the lab, so woofers on deck. For an O-flex game, watch the windshield check. RMS, steady peak power, insane. Donald got the numbers, we breaking the chain. Clan meter ready, wide stick like rope. Vulture steady climbing, yeah, we going for broke. And wax, easy battery, stay fed. Pressure in the cabin, make your hands broken. Every big line shit.
Okay, first couple things. One, it's still clear. Two, I'm not even giving its full power and it would take more. This thing is super loud, super clear, and man, give it 100 watts, it's gonna do good. Right now it's probably getting about 70 watts or so, and that thing is screaming. Now, paper cone, I'm both ways. If you're gonna mount it inside your doors, hatch, rear, great. You don't wanna get too much moisture. That's the only downfall. I like the grills, and I think if you're trying to color match, you can go ahead and scuff these and spray them. The grills have the cutout. The other thing I like is that you can give it a full range signal. Okay, so again, there's a small cap under the tweeter. Now, if you wanted to bypass that, the cap is gonna cut off down, right? So you could technically disconnect the jumper and you can run 2 speaker wires and put the mid-range on one channel and the tweeter with the others, okay? If you're using like a DSP or that. Or just run that full range signal to it. And that's what we were doing, a full range signal, and it wasn't distorting. And for a free air environment, had pretty good mid bass. But it's a different type of mid bass. With the paper cone, it's more of a slap, as I call it. And that really just hits you in the back of the head. And for $188.99 for a set, I don't think there's much out there that's gonna compete with that for a inexpensive Neo. And I call it Neo because you're getting a Neo tweeter and a Neo driver loudspeaker. These things are really cool. So like, comment, and share. Let me know. There's not much you could do. It's not like a flex test. I could do the walk behind to show you how that sound travels. This thing was super clear and would take way more power. The cone was barely even moving. Now, could we do it and give more power? Yeah, but why? The thing was sounding loud. A set of these would be ridiculous. So, all right, cool video. Get Pipe by Audiopipe APMB-CX690. You can search for it on bigjeffaudio.com. We have them in stock. And if you're coming to this video now because of the giveaway video, hopefully you're a winner. And then we got more products, including some amplifiers from Audiopipe that we're gonna be giving away. So do me a favor, show some love, leave a comment, like, follow, whatever, wherever you're watching this. It could be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It could be on YouTube. Just help out, support the channel, support the brand. And for $188.99, you want something loud and clear? Right here, CX690s. Hey, I'll see you on the next one. I'm Big Jeff from bigjeffaudio.com.